the dark red in the repertoire tonight. Do you feel like that's something you may lean on going forward there?
Was that Tiger Woods Sunday color? It was need something different, right? So we thought we tried.
Yeah, Coach, just grinding out a win. What does it mean to these guys, especially to see Breck score that goal in that last moment after a very tough weekend against this Northern Michigan team?
Yeah, I thought we did a lot of good things. Like even watching the game last night, we didn't probably finish off the way we wanted, but nonetheless tonight it didn't come easy. No games in league play comes easy, and I credit to the guys. They come down, they score that goal where I don't know if they had 30 seconds of zone time up to that point. And we had a real bad gap as a 1-on-4 as a defenseman. And that shot, we gave him the line, and Simon should have had that puck too. Like there's multiple layers to that, but as you heard the guys say, we didn't quit. Called timeout there in that neutral zone. Won the draw the way we wanted. Got a hard rim the way we wanted, so we can stack double inside, one down below, get the goalie out, and hung around the net. So big kill in overtime. A lot of block shots from Norrie and Levis and guys, and we had a really good play on the 4-on-4, and felt good for that group.
The team handled it with Hodson getting the major penalty, and then guys ultimately having a 5-on-3 in that 5-minute stretch too against you.
5-on-3 for 2 minutes. Yeah, you're gonna get it. I'm not sure if it was warranted or not. I have to see it. Someone should be on the ground laying there if you're gonna get a 2-minute minor to put a team down 5-on-3. That's how I look at it. But again, I'm not a ref.
Coach, you see this team battle back. It didn't look great with a couple minutes left, but Quinn, one of those net battles, it seemed like you won there after the good shot that went wide and kind of careened back into their goalie there, and he puts it in to tie it.
Yeah, real good. Again, give their goalie credit. He played well. Saw a lot of shots, a lot of zone time. He's got to be exhausted, I'm guessing. More so the shots, but just having to play in zone, right? You're always got to be ready. You got to be, on your toes. But we were down to only a couple D left there at the end of that game. We had forwards playing D. So we have Max Martin out there on the 5-on-3 killing, and and any guys that we could go, even on the 4-on-4, we had 3 forwards and a D. Like we had 2 or 3 more guys go down there before overtime, so it wasn't easy for the group.
Coach Krodiak finishes the game with a goal and an assist, including his first career goal. For Krodiak, a guy who seems to do all the small things correctly, what's it like to see him be rewarded with his first career goal?
Yeah, it was nice. Again, it's always you play the game to try to score, right? D-man's harder. I don't expect him to score. I expect him to defend hard and play the right way and be long, strong, physical, penalty kill, simple hockey. And but it's also nice to be rewarded like that. So I'm sure he feels really good about it, and he should. It's not easy to score in college hockey. A lot of guys play 4 years and don't score. Take it from me. I played 4 years and only had 12. If I had more time, I'd tell you about every one of them right now. But I'm sure you have other things you want to get to.
Coach Breck McKinley finishes the game with 3 points. Has been a consistent point contributor so far this year. What did you see out of him tonight and throughout the season?
Yeah, way better tonight. He wasn't very good last night. He needed to be better. We need to lean on him, especially with Goose out. When we got Needs is out. So we got Niedermeyer and Sternberg out. And, after Christmas, we'll have Higgins back. He had to sit out the whole first semester. So, we have 3 pretty good D-men that will be inserted in our lineup once Christmas gets done and let guys kind of shuffle into the right areas where they're not being overplayed. A guy like today, McKinley probably played 30 minutes, I bet you're close to it. It's a lot of minutes for a defenseman, especially, a player of his stature and size and how hard he plays. That's not easy. So real credit to him. He's been a horse back there for us.
With this winter break now coming in for the next 3 weeks, do you feel like this is coming at the right time to allow your team to heal up?
Oh, yeah, we've been kind of banged up a little. Every team is, right? We're going to play the game hard and honest. That's what's going to happen, right? So, I don't know. I'd like us to play 60 games in college hockey. So that's a tough question for me to answer. I'd like to have some Wednesday games thrown in there, some 3-and-3s, 4-and-5s, 6-and-11s, 5-and-7s, whatever you want. That'd be pretty fun, wouldn't it? That'd be a lot of work for you guys, probably. Yeah. No, it'd be good. But this time, you got guys limping ice bags, right? Like it's time for us now to focus on exams this week. Put a good week into our studies, finish strong in the exams, and we'll practice this week a couple times, and then they'll stay until the following Wednesday. So we'll get 3 practices next week, let them get home for 8-9 days, and right back at it.
And so you guys get the goal there, 3-2. You're down with like a minute and a half left. You were the extra attacker that came on the ice there. What was your thought process going into that whole sequence?
Like I just know we had to win puck battles there, and we finally got it up to the top. And then anytime there's like minutes like that, we just got to outnumber them at the net. And then Kinner had a nice 1T. We luckily got a good bounce, and then luckily I just put it back in the back of the net. So a good bounce, and glad we got that one.
And Breck, I mean, how did you guys respond to that quickly? Because they had scored. It was really, you guys had been controlling the play in that third period, and then they sneak one past you. So to respond, how'd you guys reset there in that moment with about 4:15 left down?
Yeah, you just got to stay even keel and we were pressuring them throughout the whole third period, so just keep doing what we're doing. We're going to be successful. Their goalie played really well, but eventually it was going to crack.
And, of course, too, Jaden had the bit of the tough luck penalty there, reached the stick out, so you guys are down a man. How'd you feel like you were able to handle that PK and then set yourself up for the future opportunity there?
Yeah, I think we did really well. Some huge blocks. Nori had a huge one. I think Levy had one too, so that's just instrumental for us. And building off those huge block shots, a lot of energy going into the next shift, and then we ended up getting fortunate there.
See that puck slide to your tape after Quinn makes that move towards the slot there. What was your thoughts?
Yeah, Emmer had a great drive to the net, and then I was just waiting for something to pop out, and it did, and put it in the net.
Quinn, is it almost surprising to hear that this Northern team didn't have a win coming into this series just because of, I know you guys didn't play to the standard you wanted to yesterday, but they were really right with you even when you guys were playing closer to where you want to be at?
Yeah, I know. Like just looking at the scores, like they've been in close games all year long, like 1 goal, 2 goal games. So like we knew it was going to be hard coming in, and obviously we weren't up to our standard this weekend. So we need to fix a couple things, but happy to end on a good note for the first half here.
How happy were you guys to pick up Jacob there? That was one that unfortunately, a tough break there. They scored with 4:15 left, but to ultimately get one back right there, how did that feel?
I mean, I think that's just showing us growing as a team. We just don't quit. So anytime we can get a 6-on-5 goal, go into overtime, like that's massive. So we just have no quit in our group, and that's just the right way to end it there.
You guys scored very late in the first period. It was a very back and forth first period where you guys had some ebbs and flows. Both teams did, but going into the locker room, how did you guys feel with that 1-0 lead?
I think we felt good. The start of the period, we were playing to our standard. We were hard in the forecheck. We were controlling the play. And then I think we let off a little bit in spurts of that period. So just going in the second, we were trying to really focus on our forecheck and turning pucks over and really staying on the attack.
Win the 5-minute major to Tyler in the second period. Then you had another penalty against you guys, so they had a quick 5-on-3 and they scored to take the lead. But to get out of that with just one, did you feel a little better that they only got one out of that whole thing?
Yeah, obviously, like you'd love for them not to score. Like I lost a clean draw, and then they had a nice shot. But anytime you can sneak out of a 5-minute power play, like without one, like I would think we gained momentum there. So we were kind of happy about that.
Breck, you've had a big year so far this year. Have already at the halfway mark set a new career high for assists in the season, points in the season. With tonight's goal, has now tied your career high for goals in the season. What went into this season to allow you to have such a big year this year so far? Yeah,
I think I'm just building confidence throughout the year, and I've been fortunate. I've been moving it to guys, and they've been like Emmer, they've been putting in the net, but. Yeah, I think just that confidence thing's huge for me. Just joining the rush, being in the play, setting my gap early, like stuff like that. I think has really made me successful.
We saw Captain Norris lay out, make multiple big saves. What does that do for the guys on the bench to watch your captain give it all out there on the ice?
I mean, that just speaks to the leader he is. Everyone follows his footsteps, and we're just so lucky to have a guy like that as a leader. So to see him lay out his body on the line like that, it's just exceptional. It just gets us all fired up.
Coming off of last night's loss, how big was this win going into the break that you guys have between games, being able to, as a team, hold your head up with a win going into that break rather than the feeling that you had after last night's game? Yeah,
it's a huge momentum building for us. Winning that, we go into the break with more confidence. We feel better about ourselves. We're going to have a better break. And I think we just go into the new year with a better overall feeling about ourselves.